And let's charge for it.
Good.
Want it here? No, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's right out of the already. That's really good. And then this hot. Okay? Okay? Okay. The blue is come here, Brad, Joey.
Contact. Running.
Running?
Yep, good.
18
That's good. One shot.
to 16.
That's good. The coil's getting hot.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's going to drop down to around 15 when the coil gets warm. Okay, well, I'm going to have to fire it up, so let me pump the water through there. That's what they used to do in the train. Contact!
Right, yeah. I don't know if you start on the tube or not. I did turn the pump on, so.
Okay.
There we go, we'll try with the quarters.
It runs, man, it runs!
This engine does not burn oil. It has no metal-to-metal friction as in most combustion engines with surface bearings and piston rings, and it has a patented ramjet combustion and steam turbine tornado power source that burns virtually pollution-free and actually oxygenates the air we breathe. The prototype has less than 35 parts with only 3 moving parts. Other technological breakthroughs in the engine are its fluid drive transmission with its variable pitch propeller weighing less than 20 pounds. This video presentation will give you an inside view of the inner workings of the engine. The ramjet with the glow plug and fuel injection. This is where the tornado begins, with the explosion of the gases propelling them in a spiral direction to the intake port of the primary turbine as pictured here. The back plate of the ramjet with its spiraled surface begins the swirling effect of the gases. The intake and exhaust port of the turbine housing is where the fuel mixture with the steam exits and goes to the secondary turbo, which goes to the turbine. Notice the half-moon shapes on the inside of the turbine housing. This is the rear hub of the engine and transmission with its output shaft that transfers the power to the differential. This is the inner turbine, the primary turbine. Notice the half-moon blades on the turbine propeller. Again, notice the half-moon shapes on the blades with our special airfoil design. Notice the inside of the turbine. This is the housing for the fluid drive transmission. The fluid stays on the inside of this area and balances the engine. Again, the inside of the turbine housing. The variable pitch propeller rides within this circumference, and there is no metal-to-metal friction. This is the variable pitch propeller and its components. Notice the key shaft on the propeller. This is what transfers the power as the blades open to the output shaft. This is our hydraulic pump, another one of our patented devices. There's no metal-to-metal friction. Notice the ease of installation. The only bearings on this engine, the fluid drive pump, the primary turbine with its housing for the variable pitch propeller, the variable pitch propeller, which rides inside of this chamber. The second turbine is bolted on, which encompasses that, and this is the front of the generator and the starter of the engine, bolting on the turbines. There are 2 opposing turbines. There are 2 opposing ramjets, as pictured here. The completed engine. This engine weighs about 175 pounds. Our prototype developed approximately 1,000 to 1,400 horsepower, capable of 0 to 30,000 RPMs in less than 1 second. The turbine, weighing 100 pounds, reaches this speed. The engine is virtually pollution-free. As the steam exhaust exits the engine, our special separator removes the steam and turns it back into water and recycles it back into the engine. The remainder of the exhaust goes through a carbon filter after it has been cooled down enough and then exits to the atmosphere. We are planning on building 24 prototypes, from lawnmowers to aircraft engines. The ramjet is the area that the gases initially explode, forming the swirling formation into the turbine chamber. The gases enter the turbine chamber, where they are picked up by the airfoil blades and are moved over to the exhaust port, where they are then transferred to the primary turbo. The exhaust gases are then spun at a high speed from the turbo into the secondary turbine, where this process is repeated. Simultaneously, on the opposite side of the engine, the same process has been repeated, at which time both of the turbos and both of the turbines are exhausting gases, which then go to our water separator, which takes the steam and turns it back into water, which is then recycled back into the engine. This is the point of entry of the water, which then turns to steam. The heat from the ramjets is what causes this steam, and this also is the propulsion where the tornado begins. Remember the airfoil blades with the half-moon shapes? The pressure goes to the point of least resistance. This is